Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, today we are going to put our What is Fear video in action, and we're actually going to build a fear-based character. This is going to be a wizard-warlock combination. We are going to build him fresh. So you can see how I build him in D&D Beyond, and we're going to build him fresh from 1st level all the way to 8th level. What I've got here right now is the 10th level version of this. We also have a 7th level version right here, who is a Wizard 5, a Warlock 2, but we're going to start out at 1st level, and we're going to build that all the way through. So we are choosing Eladrin as our race, and we are choosing Winter as our season for our Eladrin, and that allows us to get this Fey step, which the Fey step allows us to magically teleport 30 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space we can see, and we can use this a number of times a day equal to our proficiency bonus. Really very useful. When we reach 3rd level, however, we're going to get a Fey step that has a little bit extra, a little bit of spice added to it. That Fey step, one creature of our choice within 5 feet of us must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of us until the end of our next turn. And frightened is a, we've gone over this condition before, but frightened is a condition that is not a nice condition. So if we look in the player's handbook here, under conditions, and we look at frightened. Frightened is one of the ones we want to use. We want to put on our opponents. They have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls while the source of the fear, us, is within line of sight, and it cannot willingly move closer to the source of the fear, which is us. So that makes it extremely important, and so we're going to build up to that. But we need to be 3rd level, not 3rd level wizard, not 3rd level warlock, but 3rd level in total to get that. And we're going to get that a number of times equal to our proficiency bonus. We're going to start out with 2 Fey steps per long rest first. And then eventually it's going to turn into 2 Fey steps per long rest that'll also allow us to create a fear effect. This has a DC of 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. We're going to use intelligence for this because we're going to be more of an intelligence-based, almost as much as charisma-based, but we're going to be intelligence-based for now. And we chose winter intelligence. In addition, we get keen senses, so we have proficiency in perception. We're not going to have a great wisdom, so I'm not going to worry about that. That's just a gimme. We're also going to get some alchemist supplies and herbalism kit proficiencies with trance. We get the dark vision, we get the Fey ancestry, and all of that. Okay, so we are going to start as a wizard. So let's choose that. I'm going to start at our class. We are a wizard, and for abilities, we are going to choose the point buy method. And we are going to choose an intelligence of 15. And we're going to choose a charisma of 15. And then we're going to choose a strength of 8. We want a constitution of 13. We want a fairly okay constitution. And we're going to choose a dex of 10 and a wisdom of 10, so we're not taking any penalties. That's it. We are going to choose, we've chosen the optional Tasha's build, so we can choose which attributes we want to put our bonuses in. It's going to ask us to do 3 at +1. We're not doing that. We're doing increase 2 scores, +2 and +1. So the one that we're going to increase by 2 is our intelligence score. That's our primary one. And the one we're going to increase by 1 is charisma. And it is going to go to a 16. And that is, charisma. And it is going to go to a 16. That's primarily where it's going to stay. So we're going to start out with an 8 strength, 10 dexterity, 13 constitution, 17 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and a 16 charisma. Okay. So in addition to that, we are going to choose our background first off. And the background that we have here for this is a cloistered scholar. So we're going to go ahead and choose that. And we chose for our skills, I believe we chose religion and history. So we do want to have, this is an intelligence-based character, so we do want to have some intelligence-based, or we want to kind of game the system and game out all of our intelligence-based skills. All right, cloistered gives us history. Cloistered scholar gives us history, and then we're also going to choose religion. In addition, we're gonna leave those languages alone for now. So we get 2 proficiencies as a wizard. We're going to choose Arcana. And we're going to choose, so you notice here, I've chosen my background already, and it's already highlighted to me which ones I can take. I believe we're choosing Investigation. Yes, we're choosing Investigation. Okay, so we've got Investigation. As a first level wizard, we get spell casting. Obviously, we get ritual casting, and we can ritual cast straight out of our book, which is great. That's a great ability for wizards. And we also get arcane recovery. So we are going to put in the optional features, so additional wizard spells and cantrip formulas. We do want to check those. As far as description, I think we're going to take so elves do not start with Elvish, so we're going to take Elvish, unfortunately, and we're going to take Dwarvish and Draconic as our languages. Equipment, I'm not too worried about equipment. We're gonna choose the gold option. We're just gonna say we get 11, and we'll add that. That's not a big deal. For items, we don't get armor. We are gonna get a staff. We're gonna use a staff. We're adding this in. Now it says arcane focus, but we also want to add in weapon. So it's a quantity to use. So we are going to take a quarterstaff instead. Add that because that's going to be a weapon that we can use. We're also going to take a light crossbow. And we're going to take an explorer's kit. That's always an option to use. Explorer's pack. Okay. And then we'll wield the quarterstaff. But the quarterstaff is also going to serve as our magic focus. Okay. So let's take a look at the character so far. So we got 7 hit points. We got a 10 armor class. That armor class is not going to change. We are not going to involve ourselves in any kind of close combat if we can avoid it. We did get a +1 for Constitution, so that's okay. We chose Constitution also because we wanted to have at least a +1 for concentration checks. And we're going to actually game the system a little bit here when we get into Warlock for our Constitution checks. Now, spells. We are going to manage our spells, and we're going to start with 3 cantrips and 4 first level or 4 prepared spells. Essentially 4 first level spells. So we are going to take Mage Hand, Mind Sliver, Ray of Frost. We're taking Ray of Frost because that so that if we hit, we do damage, and it reduces the target's speed by 10 feet, which is nasty if they are frightened, because they can't move closer to us. They can only move side to side or back, and so that controls them more. So these are the 3 we're going to take. Mage Hand, Mind Sliver. We're taking Mind Sliver, so we have something that doesn't require a 2-hit roll, 1, and 2, it does damage, and 3, it subtracts from their saving throws, because we're going to have a lot of saving throw abilities. Later on, we are going to take some stuff that requires a 2-hit roll, because We are going to take something with the Warlock that you'll see here in a second. So for first level spells, we are going to take Cause Fear. We definitely want that. That's going to be part of our kit. We are going to take Silvery Barbs. We absolutely want that. We are going to take, let me see, what else did I take here for this guy's spells? Let's see here. Prepared spells. So we have Absorb Elements, Cause Fear, Grease, Hideous Laughter, and Silvery Barb. So we're going to take Absorb Elements. I think actually we want to take Grease first. Grease. There's Grease. And I think we got one more. Oh, we get 6. I think we get 6 to add to our spell book. Yes, we get 6 to add to our spell book, and then we're gonna learn those, I believe. Let's look here at the wizard. Spellcasting, spell book, 6 first level spells. Okay. We are not going to take shield because we have a 10 armor class, and I don't think a 15 really helps us very much. We are going to take Absorb Elements then. And that's it. That's all it's letting us take, huh? Okay. And now we got to prepare them. So spellbook. Prepare. Okay. So we've got everything prepared, and we've got 2 spell slots right now. And everything is prepared, and we've added everything that we can add. And, oh, we can learn more. Okay, yes, we want to learn. Now we can learn more. So that's what we want to do here. So, we want to do Charm Person. Okay. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And did I take Hideous Laughter? I think I took Hideous Laughter. This keeps... Add spells. Add spells. Okay. And there we go. Okay. We got one more. I think we didn't take Hideous Laughter, so we'll take Hideous Laughter. That's always good. Okay, that's our 6 right there. So we've got 6 spells, 4 prepared. We've got 2 slots. Right now our spell DC is a 13. Our spell attack is a +5. We've got 1 attack, and it does what it does, and that's it. So this is basically the character at this point right now. We've got a couple of panic buttons, Absorb Elements. If we need to absorb some energy damage, we can Cause Fear. We have Grease, we have Ray of Frost to do damage, and we have Mind Sliver. Okay, so this is basically it for first level. Now it's second level, and this is going to get faster now because we're only going to be doing a few things. At second level, we are going to add another class, and we are going to add Warlock because we can. And now we're a first level Warlock, and we get an otherworldly patron. So this is now where we start to build out the fear portion of this. Our otherworldly patron is going to be the undead. And with that, we get undead, not the undying. We get Form of Dread. And this is a really important part of this build. So, as a bonus action, we transform for 1 minute. We get some temporary hit points, really important. And that's going to peak out at 2 because we're only going to take 2 levels of Warlock. However, once during each of our turns, when we hit a creature with an attack roll, that's any attack roll, ranged or not, we can force it to make a Wisdom saving throw, and the saving throw if the saving throw fails, the target is frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Frightened of us, again. And we are immune to the frightened condition. We can transform a number of times a day equal to our proficiency bonus, and we regain all uses after a long rest. And so as our proficiency bonus goes up, we're going to get more uses of this. So every time we hit something, we use, like if we use a spell, so if we hit Ray of Frost and we're Form of Dread, so we can go bonus action, Form of Dread, Ray of Frost, boom. However, there's a couple of spells that we're going to use with this that are a little bit better. So we're going to go back in here, and here we are. So now we've got 13 hit points and an armor class of 10. Nothing else really changed. We do get some Warlock spells now. So we are going to add, we get 2 more cantrips. And we are going to add, what do we want to add here? We want to add Minor Illusion. I think we want to add Minor Illusion, yes. And we want to add Eldritch Blast. Okay. And Eldritch Blast is going to be a big one for us because that has a really long range. And it also allows us to do damage and to put the fear on them if we are in our Form of Dread. Okay, we're also going to take Bane. That's going to help us control some of the saving throws, and we're going to take Hex. Okay, and now we've got 1 packed slot and 2 first level slots. And we've got a bunch of spells that we can cast now. We got Eldritch Blast, Mind Sliver, Ray of Frost. If we cast Ray of Frost or Eldritch Blast and we hit while we're in Form of Dread, we will cause fear. And then we've got Silvery Barbs, Hex, Grease, cause fear. All these things. If you fear something and you grease it, that's going to lock it down. If you Bane it, then you can cause it to, take penalties on other things. So we've got a lot of kind of control-y debuff type of abilities right now. All right. So at 3rd level, we're going to take a 2nd level of Warlock. And we go to 19 hit points. And what do we get now? We get Eldritch Invocations. So we get 2 of them. So we're going to choose 2. And the 2 we're going to choose are Eldritch Mind, which gives us advantage on Constitution saving throws when we maintain concentration for spells, because like Cause Fear is a concentration spell. So we want to be able to really game that out so that we don't lose it. And we're also going to take Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push the creature 10 feet away from you. If they're feared, remember we're going to hit them. Well, we're in Form of Dread. We're going to hit them, and they're going to get pushed back 10 feet, and then they're going to be feared, which means they can't get closer to us. So they're 10 feet farther away from us than when they started. Okay, and then we're going to get some spells as well. And spells. I like using this little manage spells from this section of the thing. So we're going to get 1 more 1st level spell. And what do we want to take? I think we took Hex. I think we want to take Hellish Rebuke, possibly. Armor of Agathis is meh. Gives us some temporary hit points. And if they hit us, it's kind of a mitigating thing. It's not the greatest thing in the world. None of these are great. But Hellish Rebuke, I think, is a better one. It does a little bit more damage. And it's a reaction. So I think we'll take Hellish Rebuke. Okay. All right. So now we've got a number of spells we can use. Cantrips. We got 5 cantrips. And we've got a number of spells we can use. And as a Warlock, other spellcasting class, we can switch all of our slots between each other. So we have 2 pack slots and 2 regular slots for 1st level. And now we have Form of Dread. We've got Pack Magic, which uses our Charisma, but our Charisma is the same as our Intelligence right now. It's a +3. We've got Form of Dread, which we can use twice a day, which gives us some 1d10 plus 2 hit points. And the most important thing is when we hit a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, causes fear until the end of your next turn. And we've got Eldritch Mind and Repelling Blast. And then for Wizard, we've got Arcane Recovery, In addition, we've got the wizard spellcasting, and then for Eladrin now, because we're 3rd level, we get our 3rd level ability, which is our phase step. That is the winter phase step that also causes fear, and that doesn't actually show up here. So at 3rd level, your phase step gets an additional effect based on the season, and it's the winter season. So if we go back in here and we look at that again, and we look at race, we have our phase step choice, which is winter. And now we can run up to something. We can use our bonus action to teleport away with our phase step, and they have to make a wisdom saving throw, which is based off of our intelligence, or they're frightened until the end of our next turn. And then we can blast them with an Eldritch Blast. And we don't have to be in Form of Dread. That would push them back twice, or we can teleport away and hit them with Grease, or we can teleport away and hit them with Bane to start the cascade of penalties to their saving throws and to hit, and all that. So now that's for 3rd level. So for 4th level, we're going to concentrate on taking levels of Wizard. Now there's a reason that we're going in Wizard, because we get more spells. It doesn't add the best hit points, but we get more spells. The spells are a little bit more potent, and we have now gotten out of Warlock what we want to get out of it. Okay, we are going to take an arcane tradition, and that arcane tradition is going to be divination. School of Divination. And the reason that we're choosing that is because now we got Portent. We also get this Divination Savant, which allows us to copy spells for half the cost, but and not all spells, but just the divination spells. This is really important. So starting at 2nd level and you choose this school, glimpses of the future begin to press into your awareness. So when we finish a long rest, we roll 2 20s, and we record those numbers. We can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace a roll in this way only once per turn. So we roll 2 20s, and we roll really low, because what we want is 2 really low rolls. And a low roll is anything less than 9. And so what we want then is we want to give those, when something is getting ready to make a saving throw, we can replace that saving throw with the 20 that we just gave them. So we could cause fear on something and then say I rolled a 4 and a 5. I can say, here's the 4, and you're now going to make I believe it is either a charisma or a wisdom saving throw for cause fear with that 4, which ensures that you will fail. And so that, in addition, we have got Mind Sliver, and in addition, we have Bane. So all 3 of these things now can control saving throws, and we have now effectively just shut this creature off, which is just awesome. That's a great, very potent ability. So in addition, we're going to get some spells. So these are our prepared spells. We're going to add spells. So when we look at add spells, we get another spell. We get one more prepared spell, and it's going to be a 1st level spell, unfortunately. But what do we want to take here? We got Silvery Barbs, which is another one that we can use to. I think what we're going to do is not Witch Bolt, but where is Dissonant Whispers? That is not a option for us. Dissonant Whispers is not. It's a sorcerer option. I think we're going to end up taking Chromatic Orb. We want something that is we can roll to hit. We don't want to take Catapult because that doesn't require a quarter. Chromatic Orb requires a roll to hit. And the reason we want to take something that requires a roll to hit is because of our Form of Dread. Frost Fingers, I think, is the same thing as Burning Hands, just cold. Ice Knife. Make a ranged spell attack. We're going to take Ice Knife. We'll take Ice Knife. And so if we hit something with Ice Knife and we're in Form of Dread, they are going to have to save, or they're going to have to save, or they are going to be feared. So let's go to Ice Knife. So we have Absorb Elements, Cause Fear, Grease, Silvery Barbs, and now we're going to do Ice Knife, and we can't prepare anything else. Okay. So we got Silvery Barbs. to turn off it. So if we cause fear with something, they're going to get a saving throw every round. So we can use Silvery Barbs as a reaction to cause them to fail that saving throw. And we can start them by failing saving throws with Divination, or with the Portent from Divination. Okay, so now we've got 24 hit points. We are still 4th level, so Wizard 2, Warlock 2, so our proficiency bonus hasn't gone up yet. We're looking at a +5 to hit for either Eldritch Blast or Ray of Frost or Ice Knife. And then we've got Form of Dread, which is a bonus action. And I think our Face Step, there it is right there. There's our winter Face Step. That appears here too. So now we have a number of ways. We also got Arcane Recovery, which we can get back 1 level of spells, and we've got our Portent. So we've got a lot of options now for control. And if you're in a very well-balanced party with like a striker type character, like a rogue, or a ranged like a ranged ranger, or a weapon ranger, or a barbarian, they can come up and they can just start hacking at things. All right, so or a fighter, of course. All right, so for 5th level, we are going to add Wizard. And we're 3rd level, and we're 29 hit points now. We don't get anything for 5th level for a Wizard, except hit points, and we get some more spell slots, and we get our proficiency bonus goes up. So we also want to look at spells now. So we've got our prepared. We don't want to look at our prepared spells. We want to look at our add spells, because now we get another prepared spell. So we can add, we're going to add one more. And now we have access to 2nd level spells, which is what we want. And I need to look and see. I think every time we go up a level, we get learning. Okay, each time a wizard, you can add 2 wizard spells for free. Okay, so let's add 2 here. So we want to add Blindness, Deafness is definitely one we want to add. I'm not going to add anything like Blur, because even though it gives disadvantage to hit us, we're still a really junky armor class, so we want to kind of leave that alone. And we want to add Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. This spell is totally awesome. So choose a 5-foot square unoccupied space on the ground. A medium hand made from compacted soil rises there and reaches for a creature you can see. So they get a strength save. On a failed save, remember, we can Portent them. The target takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is restrained for the duration. And that's a minute. As an action, you can cause the hand to crush them. And they have to make a strength saving throw, and then it takes 2d6 on a failed save. To break out, they can use an action to make a strength check. And remember, if they're feared, they have disadvantage to that. In addition, we can hex them and disadvantage those as well. On a success, the target escapes. So you can start this out, even though strength is not the greatest one to worry about, you can start this out by causing them to fail with Portent. And then you can keep it going after that. Okay, so we've added spells, and we're going to prepare this now out of our book. We're going to prepare Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. And now we're going to unprepare. I want to take Blindness, Deafness. We are going to unprepare Grease, and we're going to prepare Blindness, Deafness now. So we have that. Okay. And, all right. So that's part of our prepared spells now. And let's take a look at what we look like now. All right. For spells, right now, so we've got 29 hit points at 5th level. Our proficiency bonus went up to +3, so all of our skills went up. We have a +6 to hit with Eldritch Blast and a +6 to hit with Ray of Frost. And we got a +6 to hit with Ice Knife. We've got 4 spell slots at 1st level and 2 pack slots. And then we've got 2 slots at 2nd level. And so we still have a lot of options. We can bonus to go into Form of Dread. We have Portent to control enemies' saving throws. We can portent Maximilian as a and that's no action at all. So we can Maximilian, we can bonus action Form of Dread, and then as a bonus action, and then Maximilian's Grasp, and give them a portent die and make them fail, and then they're stuck. And then every round after that, we can just start hitting them because they're restrained. So we can start hitting them with Eldritch Blast with advantage. And everybody else can hit them with advantage too because they're restrained. And then we can frighten them. And then they have a disadvantage to do anything. And we can hex them after that. Well, we can't hex them because Maximilian's has got concentration. So we would have to forego that. But the frighten gives them disadvantage on ability checks. So that's a plus. Okay. So at 6th level, we are going to take Wizard 4. And we get a choice of an ability increase or feat. We're going to take an ability increase. And we're going to increase our intelligence twice. And the reason I'm doing that is we're eventually going to try and get to an intelligence of 20. We will get to a charisma score of 17. Eventually we will get to 18 as we get up, but for now we're trying to get to a 20. So this gets us to a 19 intelligence, and then when we hit 8th level, we'll get another ability, and we're going to take charisma and intelligence at that point. So we'll get a 20 intelligence. Okay. In addition, we are going to get some spells, of course. We're 4th level wizard now, and we're going to add spells. So we get 2 spells, and we're preparing. We get another cantrip. So we're going to take Message, which we haven't taken. Message is really important. That's a good one. And eventually we're going to get another one, I believe. Eventually, when we get another one, we're going to take Move Earth, which is actually a pretty good cantrip. And then we get 2 spells. They're going to be 2nd level spells, I believe. Yes. So we want to take maybe Tasha's Mind Whip. Maybe we want something that might cause us to do a attack roll. Here we are. Scorching Ray. So those are attack rolls, and if we're in Form of Dread, one of them will cause a fear effect, and we can use this with Hex as well. And the other one we're going to take, I think we're going to take Mirror Image. We'll take Mirror Image as well. So this is actually a good panic button spell for defense for us. Because it does force something randomly to attack, possibly an image that's not us if they get up to us. Okay? And we get to prepare a couple of more spells. So let's go back up here to prepared spells. Spell book. And we do want to prepare both of these. Mirror Image and Scorching Ray. Okay? And they should be appearing in our prepared spells now. We got 12 prepared spells now. +7 to hit with Scorching Ray, +7 to hit with Ice Knife, +7 to hit with Ray of Frost. And then we are at a 15 saving throw for all of those. So let's look. We got 34 hit points now. 34 hit points, +3 proficiency bonus. And there's all of our spells. Again, we want to maximize all of our actions we want to get into Form of Dread first. And then we want to start by using spells that are going to produce a fear effect. We have other fear effects too. Remember, we still have Cause Fear. If we look here, we still have Cause Fear as a 1st level spell. There it is. We still have Bane. Well, we still have Hex. We have Ice Knife, things like that. We have Blindness, Deafness, Maximilian's Earth and Grass. We got a lot of options now that we can use. And we have our Portent dice. And you can kind of, as you run out of Portent dice, you can kind of substitute that with Bane, or you can substitute it with Mind Sliver as a minor version of Portent. Okay. So we are now 6th level, so let's go to 7th level. And we're going to be Wizard 5. And at Wizard 5, we don't really get anything. See, there's nothing that we get there. We get some spells. And we get 3rd level spells. So we don't want prepared spells. We want to add. We get 2 spells to add to our book, and then we can prepare one of them. Or we can get rid of one, and we can prepare it. So let's go to 3rd level spells. We're going to take 2 of those. And we want to take Fear. That's part of our Fear shtick. So Fear, we get a 30-foot cone, and everything in that cone has to make a wisdom save or drop whatever it's holding and become frightened. And if they're frightened, the creature must dash away from us. And with Portent, we can blast this off and ensure one of those fails. And I was thinking also about Slow or Summon Undead or Summon Shadow Spawn. The only problem with that is we can't cast any our other spells. With Slow is one that does control. I would like to take one of these summon spells. Tidal Wave is not a bad one either. You conjure a wall of water. Each creature on failed save. It's a dex save. Each creature takes 48 and is knocked prone. And prone is good, especially if they're feared already. So I think this one affects everything in a 40-foot cube. And they get one action every turn. Melf's Minute Meteors is one that's a saving throw. There really, at this point, isn't anything that's going to we can use that's going to cause us to roll a attack roll. There's always Fireball. Haste is a good one that we can cast on somebody else. But Enemies Abound is okay. That one's kind of a wonky spell. I think we're going to go with Tidal Wave. Because we can affect a very large amount, knock them all prone, and then our fighters and paladins and barbarians and rogues and slashy, pointy rangers can come in and mop things up. So we wanna do Fear for sure. And I think we're going to get rid of. I want to keep Silvery Barbs. We've always got that in our back pocket to get them to reroll a saving throw on their turn when they're trying to make a saving throw every round. I think we're going to. Undo Blindness, Deafness, and we're going to do Tidal Wave. What kind of saving? I think Blindness, Deafness is a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, we're going to undo that one. So we've got Tidal Wave now. And that one's going to do quite a bit of damage. And it's going to knock things prone. We're not a big damage dealer. We are a controller and a debuffer. So we're sitting at 39 hit points. Still an armor class of 10 with a +3. And we've got a whole bunch of options now to strike fear into our enemies, to hit them and cause fear effects when we hit them if we're in our form of dread, to run up to them, bonus action, teleport away and cause fear, and to control saving throws, which is a big one. Okay, now we're going to go to 8. And at Wizard, we're going to be Wizard 6. And we're 8th level. And again, we don't really get anything. We get Expert Divination now at 6th level. And that's an okay ability. It's not great. Like the best ability for the Divination Wizard is the Portent ability. But at 6th level, when we cast a Divination spell, which we're not really doing, they come so easily. When we cast a Divination spell of 2nd level or higher using a spell slot, we regain an expended spell slot. The slot regained must be a level lower than the spell and can't be higher than 5th level. So if we cast a 3rd level Divination spell, then using a or higher using a spell slot, we regain an expended spell slot. So if we cast a 3rd level divination spell, we get a 2nd level slot back, or we can get a 2nd level slot back, and we can't get one higher than 5th. It's okay. It's not great, and we haven't really taken any divination spells, and we're not going to. All right. So for spells, add spells. We get 2 more spells, and we get to prepare 1 more, and we're going to take. I want to look and see how many slots we have for everything right now. Let's revisit the slot. So at 8th level, we are going to have 2 pack slots. We're going to have, which we get back every short rest. Remember that, and we can use that to cast any level of spell. We are going to have 4 first levels, 3 second levels, 3 third levels. So we have 3 third levels now. So we can really dish out the 3rd level spells. I think we've got Tidal Wave and we've got Fear. We've still got, and we can cast Cause Fear at 3rd level as well, which increases the number of targets. We can cast Bane at 3rd level, which increases the number of targets. We can cast Hex at 3rd level, Ice Knife at 3rd level, which does, I believe that does more damage, and Scorching Ray, which does more targets, I believe. Okay. And then for 2nd level, we've got Maximilian's Earth and Grass, Mirror Image, and Scorching Ray, and of course, all of our 1st level spells. So let's go back in here, and we want to pick our prepared spells that we want and our 3rd level spells. So I think we might want to take 1 more. We don't want to look at prepared spells. We want to add a spell. And I think we want to add another 3rd level spell. So we've got enough, I think, cantrips that we can use that will work very well with Form of Dread. So at this point, if we were to summon something, we would be stuck using other spells. We could still use Tidal Wave along with a summon creature, but we would be stuck with the summon creature, and we wouldn't be able to cast any other concentration spells. So we want to kind of maintain that. I think we're going to be looking at maybe Slow, which gives us another option of a control. Sleet Storm is okay. It doesn't do any damage, but it's a big area, and everything can be knocked prone. The problem is it has an effect on our companions as well. Protection from energy might be a good one. This one might be a good one too. Phantom Steed. This lasts for an hour, and we get a horse-like creature. This would be good utility. It gives us a movement speed that's pretty fast. So for the duration, you or a creature you can choose can ride the steed. The creature uses the statistic of a riding horse, except it has a speed of 100 feet. And this gives us a lot of, I think we're going to take that. This gives us a lot of kind of maneuverability to get around when we use our movement speed. And Phantom Steed is not a ritual. It's just a spell. So, but it lasts an hour, which is about the time for most dungeons anyway. So if we go to our spell book, and so for a combat or 2, we could be riding around on our Phantom Steed. All right. So for 9th level, we're going to be a 7th level wizard. We got 49 hit points. And we, again, I don't think we really get any. Oh, we get. So we're a 7th level wizard, but we're 8th level. Oh, we're character level. No. Did I just do that wrong? Confirm. We're 10th level. What did we get? Okay. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So for 7th level, we should be okay. So we're a 9th level character. We're 2nd level. I think I moved that way up too much. Yeah, we want to be here. Okay, for 8th level character, we're a 6th level wizard. And we've got all our prepared spells. And we know all the spells we're supposed to know. And not adding anything else. Okay, we're good. Okay. So now I want to go to... We want to go to a 9th level character, which is a 7th level wizard. And... Oh, that's what happened. I'm hitting the up and down. That's exactly what happened. Okay. So we are a 9th level character, 7th level wizard, 2nd level warlock. And we're not really getting anything, again, except extra spells and hit points. We're a 9th level character, so I believe our proficiency bonus goes up to +4, which increases our 2-hit. So our Eldritch Blast is still only a +7 because we're 1 down from intelligence. But all of our intelligence-based stuff like Ray of Frost, Ice Ray, or Ice Knife, and Scorching Ray are all +8s to hit. And remember, Form of Dread, if we hit, they're going to get a fear effect on them for a round. And we can keep a lot of that stuff going. And so now we can use our Phase Step 4 times a day. And if we step away from something that that's within 5 feet of us, we can put a fear effect on them for a round. We also have Form of Dread 4 times a day. And so now we're going to get some spells. So let's look at those spells. So now we're getting 4th level spells. And we're going to add spells. We get 2 spells, and we're going to prepare one of them. So we're going to take Black Tentacles. This spell does damage. It locks things down. We can force something to fail its save with Portent very easily. I'm thinking about Confusion, possibly. Greater Invisibility is always a great spell, but it's concentration. That's our only problem. Ice Storm is a good one because it will do damage and it causes difficult terrain. Polymorph is a good one. That will turn something off, and we can force it to fail its save. And there's a lot of nasty things we can do with that. Sickening Radiance, maybe. And we have Summon Aberration, Summon Construct, Summon Elemental, Summon Greater Demon. We have Vitriolic Sphere. Again, this is a deck save, so I'm not sure we want to go there. Watery Sphere is another good one, but you can't drop things like you used to with it in, like, 3rd edition. Routham's Psychic Lance is a roll to hit. Target. Oh, no, it's a saving throw. I'm sorry. It's a saving throw. On a failed save, they take damage, and they're incapacitated. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage. And incapacitated, they can just be hit. You know, that taking damage doesn't get rid of the incapacitated. They don't get any actions. So everybody can just walk over and just start wailing on them. So I think we're going to take that one. And we are going to prepare a couple of spells now from our spell book. Okay. We can prepare one. We're going to prepare Black Tentacles. And I think we're going to unprepare Mirror Image. I think we're going to keep it like that. We're going to keep it like that until we can prepare another spell, and then we'll prepare another 4th level spell. All right, so at 10th level, we're going to be an 8th level wizard, and we get a class feature now. And that class feature is an ability score increase, so we are going to increase our intelligence. So we can do this 2 ways. We can take a feat, and we can take a feat that increases our intelligence by 1, or we can increase our intelligence by 1 and our charisma by 1. And I think we're going to look for a feat that does increase our intelligence. It doesn't really do us any good unless we got 4 more levels to go. Right now, we're a 10th level character, and we can't get a increase to our charisma again if we were to take 2 ability score increases until we hit 14th level. So we're going to build this out to this level. And what feat are we going to take? Well, Fey Touched is always a great feat. So we didn't want Wisdom. We wanted Intelligence. Okay. We get a Misty Step spell for free. And we get any Divination or Enchantment school magic spell. There's also Shadow Touched. I think that's way down here. Shadow Touched Intelligence. So we get invisibility, and we get an illusion or necromancy spell. So I think we're going to take that, because that kind of goes along with our shadowy, undead, fear type of theme that we got going on. And so we could take Cause Fear, Color Spray, Disguise, Inflict Wounds, Rares. So I think we're going to take a free Cause Fear. This is a free one. We can use this, and it's intelligence-based, and our intelligence is now at 20. And we also get invisibility, which is great. Okay. And we're at 54 hit points. And we're going to get some more spells. We didn't really get any. The only thing we got from Wizard was the increase. So we're going to be able to prepare 2 more spells because our intelligence went up and our level went up. And we get 2 more spells in addition. So Arcane Eye is actually a pretty good spell to use out of combat. It lasts for up to an hour, and we created an invisible magical eye that hovers in the air, and we can move it in 30 feet in any direction, and we see through it. So we're going to learn that one. And here's the great thing about this spell. It's 4th level spell. If we use it, it's a 4th level divination spell, and that means we can get a 3rd level slot back. So we're gonna get that one. We're gonna learn that one. And I think we want to learn Polymorph as well. And that's another spell that we can take to shut something down. And then we can memorize both of them. So if we go to our spell book and we go to 4th level spells, we're going to prepare, and we're going to prepare. We're going to use Rowlatham's Psychic Lance if we actually need it. So here's all our prepared spells. And now we've got a +9 to hit with Ray of Frost, a +9 to hit with Ice Knife, a +9 to hit, and a +9 to hit with Scorching Ray. Eldritch Blast. Where is Eldritch Blast at? Oh, that's under Warlock. So if we look at spells for Warlock, we've got a +7 to hit with Eldritch Blast. And we've got 15 on saving throws versus Bane and Hellish Rebuke. But we got a DC 17 save for everything else. And we've got Portent. We're 10th level, which means we're still at a +4 proficiency bonus. And our Eldritch Blast, we got 2 Eldritch Blasts now. Our Ray of Frost is doing 2d8. And Mind Sliver is now doing 2d6. And we got a whole bunch of spells now. Whole bunch of spells. We've got 2 4th level slots, 3 3rd level slots, 3 2nd level slots, 4 1st level slots, and we got our 2 pack slots. And then if we cast this Arcane Eye, we can get a 3rd level or lower slot back, which is great. And we got Arcane Recovery. So we are a 8th level wizard, so we can do Arcane Recovery for 4 spell slots. All right, let's do one more level. And then we'll be done. So for 11th level, we're going to go to a 9th level wizard. And let's see if we got anything new. We didn't. So we're going to get some spells. That's what we're going to get. And let's check and see if our proficiency bonus did not go up. So our proficiency bonus is still +4. But at 11th level, Ray of Frost, all of our cantrips do go up in dice damage. So Eldritch Blast is 3. We got 3 Eldritch Blasts, 3d6 for Mind Sliver, and 3d8 for Ray of Frost. And let's go to spells now. And we want to look at spells. And we're going to be able to pick up 2 more spells in our book, and we'll be able to prepare 1 more. And now we're at 5th level spells. And what do we want to take for 5th level spells? So Bigby's Hand is always a good one. That gives us a lot of choices. There's a Clenched Fist, which does damage. There's a Forceful Hand, which pushes a creature 5 feet in any direction you choose. And then it has to make a strength saving throw if it wants to get faster. We've got a Grappler, which does damage and restrains interposing hand. So there's a lot of options for that. That's pretty good. We've got Cloud Kill, great spell. Nobody can go in it, though. That's the only problem, and it can't see in it. Cone of Cold, great spell, does a bunch of damage. Doesn't really work with any of our other stuff. Dance Macabre, which is concentration. Each that's for making corpses, so we don't really care about that. Dominate person, but the big one that I really want here is hold monster. We're taking hold monster because we can hold anything now. And then I think that we are going to take Steel Wind Strike. I don't think we want that. Yeah, that's a weapon attack. Telekinesis is okay. Mislead is a really good one. So we become invisible. And unfortunately, that one, is concentration. So we can't cast any other concentration spells. And I think we're going to take Cone of Cold because it's not a concentration spell. And that one's just I'm going to blast you and do a whole bunch of damage spells. And we can force things to fail saving throws. So now we get to prepare 1. And we are going to prepare Hold Monster. We can force things to fail saving throws. We can use Bane to give them a penalty. We can use Silvery Barbs to make them fail later on as a reaction. And we can use Mind Sliver to give them a penalty. So there we are. Okay. So we are now for cantrips. We're at +7 to hit for Eldritch Blast, which isn't too bad. We get 3 of them. We only need to hit with 1 to do the Form of Dread Frightening. We've got Mind Sliver, which does 3d6 damage, and Intelligence save of 17, which is great. Ray of Frost, which does 3d8, and we're at a +9 to hit. We have 4 first level slots and 2 pack slots for any of our spells. And we still have Cause Fear twice, and we've got a freebie Cause Fear. So that's great, which has a Wisdom saving throw of 17. We are at a Intelligence of 20 now, so we're at a +5. So we've got some pretty good skill rolls. We still have Hex. We have Ice Knife, which we can use to hit something that's +9 to hit, and we can use it in conjunction with a Form of Dread. We've got Bane to control some saving throws, Mind Sliver to control some saving throws. We've got Invisibility from Shadow Touched. It is concentration, so we have to watch that. We've got Maximilian's Earthen Grasp still. We can first something to fail a saving throw. We got Scorching Ray, which can be used in conjunction with our Form of Dread. For second level, we've got Phantom Steed and Tidal Wave. Third level, we've got Phantom Steed and Tidal Wave. Second level, and we've got Fear at third level too. So we've got that. We've also got at 4th level, we've got Arcane Eye and Black Tentacles and Polymorph. And at 5th level, we've got Hold Monster. And we've got a whole bunch of other options we can use. Like Cause Fear, we could Cause Fear on 5 different targets at 5th level. And we've got 1 5th level slot. But we could Cause Fear on 5 different targets at one time. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this has a range of 60 feet. The Fear spell is a cone of 30 feet, but this has a range of 60 feet. Boom. We can Bane 5 different targets, or we get +4 targets. I think it's 4 to begin with. It is 3 creatures, so we could do 7 creatures with Bane. So, I mean, we have some amazing choices at 11th level. So, in summary, the big things that this character is building off of, we have the things that we built in from Warlock. We took 2 levels of Warlock. We took Form of Dread, which is a bonus action, and will essentially last for an entire combat. So we get temporary hit points, and then on each of our turn, when we can force something to make a Wisdom saving throw DC 15 or be frightened for a turn, we can use this 4 times a day when we hit them with an attack roll. We also took Repelling Blast, where we hit them with Eldritch Blast, where we blast them 10 feet away. And we also took Eldritch Mind. We've got a whole bunch of concentration spells. So once we plunk one of those down, we're going to be getting attacked, and they're going to try and cut our spells off by making us make concentration checks. So now we've got advantage. That's really important. Um, in addition, with the wizard, we've got 5 levels of our arcane recovery now. Great. So we can get 5 levels of spells back on a short rest. We've got portent. So we get 2 dice every day. And that allows us to, if we roll low, that allows us to give somebody a failing saving throw. We took Shadow Touched, which gives us a freebie Cause Fear and a freebie Invisibility, and increased our intelligence by 1. And we've got Expert Divination, so we did take Arcane Eye when we cast that. That is a 2nd level or higher spell. When we cast that spell, we regain 1 expended spell slot, and the slot you regain must be a level lower than the spell you cast and can't be higher than 5th level. It's a 4th level spell, so we'll be getting a 3rd level or higher slot. And then we're Winter Eladrin, so we've got the Face Step, which is over here in actions. And so we can 4 times a day, as a Winter Eladrin, we can teleport 30 feet as a bonus action. If we are within 5 feet of something, they are subject to a fear effect. Where is it? There it is right there. As a bonus action, you teleport. And then 1 creature you can see within 5 feet of you before you teleport must make a wisdom saving throw DC 17 or be frightened. So we got a number of ways to frighten things, and we got a number of ways of controlling their saving throws. So that is what I have for you today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.